I'm Dave Abrams.
And I'm Kristin Lagana. Welcome to Arundel County Week in Review. In this week's episode, we'll talk about how the county is repairing our rivers and creeks, and we'll preview the Cape St. Clair Strawberry Festival. But first, making headlines this week. Memorial Day weekend is here, which means summer is officially upon us.
Finally!
Yay! One of Dave's favorite things that everyone's excited for, the barbecue.
The barbecues.
The pool openings.
Because of food.
And of course, a day off.
I love it.
Can't complain about that. But we also wanted to take a minute to talk about what Memorial Day is all about. According to U.S. Veterans Administration, about 42 million Americans have served in the military during wartime, and more than 1 million Americans have died serving their country. Memorial Day is our opportunity to remember and honor those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. The holiday goes all the way back to 1868, after the Civil War claimed more American casualties than any war in our history. Now, here are some things that you can do to pay your respects. Lower your American flag to half-mast on Memorial Day until noon. Visit a veterans cemetery and place flowers, a wreath, or a flag at grave sites. Visit one of the war memorials in the area, such as the World War II Memorial overlooking the Severn River in Annapolis, or the enormous flag in Pasadena at the corner of Mountain Road and Route 100. Of course, you can also attend one of the many events, including local parades. The Annapolis Parade will be Monday, May 29th at 10 a.m. It will start on West Street, head around Church Circle, down Main Street, and end at City Dock. A wreath ceremony will follow at Susan Campbell Park. Should be a great event as always, Dave. And
Absolutely.
Of course, we've all loved seeing the Blue Angels flying out and about this week to kick it all off.
Seriously, the Blue Angels. I mean, how many times have you seen the Blue Angels now?
And still, my heart, you're
well,
never
that's because
prepared.
they flew by your office and almost knocked you out of your chair.
Pretty much, but I think that there's still that little kid in you. It doesn't matter how old you get. When the Blue Angels fly over, I don't see anyone that's looking straight ahead. Everybody's looking up. It doesn't matter how old
This might
you
be
are.
a good time to point out, for you social media buffs out there, that patriotism, to me, is the most popular thing to do on social media. We have two record holders for posts on social media for Anne Arundel County. One was, as we've mentioned, the Welcome Home Vietnam Veterans event, where the Sergeant Major Forbes said, "Not on my watch. We're gonna take care of everybody who's fought for this country." And then the other one, Blue Angels.
Blue Angels.
250,000 views of a video of the Blue Angels flying.
I mean, how can you not give it a like?
I mean, it's awesome.
It is.
Little patriotic music.
Absolutely.
Does it for me every time.
Yep.
Almost as good as a bacon cheeseburger at the barbecue on Memorial Day.
You got any Memorial Day recipes you're going to be cooking up?
You know what? I don't do much cooking. I kind of show up and just eat my way from one way of the party to the other.
Gotcha.
I mean, right?
Right.
I mean, I like hot dogs, I like hamburgers, I like sausage, I like everything, so it really doesn't matter to me. I'll be happy. What about you? Buffalo chicken dip.
That's
There it
always
is.
a good one.
There it is. That's my favorite. You?
Maybe I'll give some of my favorite recipes at the end.
Okay. Well, we'll have
keep
to
you
wait.
hanging.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna make us wait.
Yeah, make you wait.
Okay. All right. Well, a familiar face has returned to our health department. Dr. Jinlene Chan has taken a temporary assignment at the State Department of Health and Mental Hygiene, and Fran Phillips has returned to fill in for Dr. Chan. Remember Fran Phillips?
Yes.
Now, in case you don't remember, Kristin, Fran Phillips is a jack of all trades.
Oh, absolutely.
She served as the county's health officer from 1993 to 2008. So if you do the math, that's about 15 years. And she was the acting fire chief in 2004. Bet you didn't remember that.
I didn't remember that. That's pretty impressive.
I mean, how's that for two tough jobs?
Yeah, that's really impressive.
Now, the only thing is, when she was fire chief, I always wanted to ask her. I didn't, because I respect her very well, and I would not, make light of the situation. But if you're going to be the fire chief, shouldn't you get to wear the fire chief uniform?
Did she not?
She didn't go through you can't do that. You can't wear the badge unless you've done the
Acting,
whole.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, to work that hard and all that stress, and you don't get to wear the uniform, that's just a bummer.
Even if she didn't wear the uniform, we still appreciate it.
She did a great job. I'm sure she'll do a great job again, and I'm sure we'll have her on the show.
Very good.
Well, welcome back to Fran Phillips, and Dr. Chan, we'll see you back soon, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, whenever I'm not sitting here with Dave fighting for truth, justice, and the American way,
You sure do.
I am fighting for the cause of recycling. Last week, local students did their part by designing costumes for our annual Recycle More Often Runway show. You think Katy Perry wears shiny gowns? Well, she's never made one out of CDs, has she?
Whoa, no, she has
Or
not.
the Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Little Lady Gaga. Check out our third place winner. This is Gabby with Mara and Michaela of Indian Creek School. And how about that bling, Dave?
That's some serious bling right there.
I'm gonna tell you what, I had to carry that sucker after the contest to the Recyclele Suburban. It was cutting into my arm.
Kristin, I was praying for
deadly.
that. I was praying for that young lady that she was not going to fall on her face.
It was a great, great dress though. And if you thought that recycle gown was difficult to navigate, how about our second place winner, as we call her the Queen of Hearts, by Ashley and Sarah of Broadneck High School. How many decks of cards do you think that took? I can tell you.
I don't know, but
I know.
playing with the Queen of Hearts.
How many decks do you think?
Joker is the only fool
You're the only
who
fool,
takes it away
Dave.
from you.
How many decks?
What was your question?
How many decks of cards do you think were in there?
Oh, I'm not
girls
good at
told
math,
me.
but what is there? There's 42 cards in a deck. Is that right?
There's 52 cards in a deck.
52. Okay, so 52. I'm gonna say 6 deck of cards.
Oh no, it was like 40 decks of cards.
Whoa!
And finally, our grand prize winner by Emily of Old Mill High School. She worked on this one by herself and modeled it with this beautiful mermaid design using recyclable materials such as plastic, repurposed textiles, and rope. Gotta love the nautical theme.
Gorgeous.
Gotta love that. And of course, she rocked a cardboard crown with shells, repurposed shells. She was our little mermaid,
Simply lovely.
our ocean queen.
You know, with all those decks of cards, that's a lot of full houses.
And there were poker chips on it.
Full House reference.
Full House.
You love Full House.
Everywhere you look.
She loves Full House.
Yes, I do.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll talk to Chris Phipps and Erik Michelsen about what the county is doing to clean up our waterways. Take a look at our community calendar for events happening around town, and we'll be right back.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Well, welcome back. We're wrapping up on National Public Works Week this week. And with us, we have 2 guests that couldn't be any more perfect for talking about National Public Works Week. We have Chris Phipps, who is the director for the county's Department of Public Works. And we have Erik Michelsen, who's the administrator for the Watershed Protection and Restoration Program. Gentlemen, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Fran. Thank you.
Your second, third time?
Yeah, something like
Veterans.
They're veterans. They've been here
They know
a few
what
times.
to do, yeah. So, Chris, as director, you got to go on a director's tour around county facilities, anything that's public works related. Talk to us about your tour, what you saw, some of the highlights.
Sure. Yeah, I had the opportunity to get around, out to the staff, see some of the sites, get under the hood, if
Yes.
you will. In fact, I was at the
Or into the bucket.
I was at the Davidsonville Road Yard and I was doing some brake inspections with the staff because they were doing a skills test on new incoming equipment operators. And then I had the opportunity to tour the lab at the Millersville Utility Complex, where we conduct some 41,000 water samples a year to test and determine and demonstrate that our water is safe, and it is. And then I also had the opportunity to go into the bucket truck up to a traffic signal, and test out the traffic signal, clean the lenses on the lights, and had a good opportunity to see what it is that we do day in, day out that a lot of people don't get to see. So
I saw the picture on Facebook of you in the bucket. I love that picture. And let me just say, he always has fantastic hair, and the hard hat. It doesn't matter if he has the hard hat on or not.
Here we
Stays
go, here we
perfect.
go.
So, yeah. Well, we are one of the first counties that started rehabilitating our waterways, but the program really kicked off in 2015. Talk to us about some of the progress that you've had so far.
Well, so far, as you say, we started off about 2-3 years ago, pretty much sharpening the sword, if you will, getting the planning done. Now we're actually into the implementation, and we've been able to accomplish some 69 out of 130 stormwater pond retrofits. We've completed 8 of our stream and wetland restorations out of some 40. And we still have a number of storm drain outfall repairs that we have to do. But we're making really good progress. We're seeing that we've accomplished some 1,800 acres of impervious area treatment towards our goal of 5,900 acres, which is a rather rapid pace. So we're pretty excited about the pace that the progress we've made, and we do expect, as some of the longer term projects are permitted and the design is complete, which should be soon, we're going to start seeing this program really lift off. So in the next I'd say in the next year or so, we're going to see some real progress in our construction out in the field.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
And Dave knows that I'm a sucker for a makeover show. So walk us through.
We're not putting any lipstick on Marley Creek.
That's not what I mean. It can be a home makeover show too, Dave. You don't know.
That's fair.
But walk us through the process, with the before and after, what it takes as far as what you're going in and doing right now.
So what we're trying to do really is figure out ways to treat stormwater that's coming off of the developed landscape, parking lots, driveways, rooftops, before it gets to our local waterways. So treating it in wetlands or getting it into the ground by infiltrating it into the ground. So we're working in areas where we can create either new features or go back into sites where there have been existing stormwater facilities and make those work more efficiently. So we've got a number of exciting projects in the works. We've done a lot of the sort of low-hanging fruit over the course of the past couple of years, but some of the big projects, as Chris says, are really going to start coming up in the next year or so.
Good segue.
Yeah.
So tell me about a couple of the big ones that are coming up in the near future that people should look out for.
We've got a couple of really big projects in the Annapolis area. We're going to be working at the Annapolis Harbor Center Pond. There's a facility there in the middle of the commercial development that has a fountain in it and that sort of thing. We're actually going to be expanding it to get additional water quality storage. One of the cool things about that is that we're working with the Terrapin Institute and South River Federation to remove some of the turtles that are already in the facility right now so that they don't get impacted when we do our construction, and then they'll be brought back after construction. So
Go Terps.
Yeah, exactly.
Where do you take them?
They're going
Not to
to
your
other
house.
existing
I need to know where
stormwater
they are.
facilities where they can be sort of temporarily relocated, but they're being tagged and sampled.
We must
So
name them.
it's pretty cool. If you check out our Facebook page, you can see lots of pictures.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
I should have known that.
The Facebook page.
I should have known
Yeah.
that. Last summer, we made an announcement that we were looking for kind of innovative ideas from the private sector and the public on how we can use new technology and innovative ideas to accomplish the same goal at maybe a faster pace, maybe a lower cost. And now I understand we've had some developments with that. What's next on that front?
Right. So a little background on the cost of treating impervious area and reducing pollutants. It's extremely costly, and I know I've mentioned before, and you're probably tired of hearing of it, but our pollutant loads are in 3 sectors. We call it the 3-legged stool: wastewater plants, stormwater, and septic loads. And what we found, we've made a lot of progress on the wastewater plants. In fact, we're nearly complete with all the $250 million worth of investment to bring those plants up to what we call enhanced nutrient removal. And what we find is that that is a very cost-effective way of removing pollutants because there's so much that's coming through the waste stream. Stormwater is much more challenging because it's a non-point source pollution. It's harder to manage.
Yeah, it
it's more
comes from all over
costly.
the
It's coming
place.
from many different directions.
Yeah.
So we find it much more challenging and costly to treat. So we thought, well, let's see what the private sector can come back with, because we're not foolish enough to think that we have all the best ideas, and we wanted to test the market. So last year, Erik came up with this idea that we would request a $5 million project in our capital improvement program, which we called full performance delivery of stormwater projects or pollutant load reduction, and asked the private sector to
I'm trying
respond
to
with.
figure out what the acronym is for that.
I
That's a long
don't.
try.
Yeah, don't even
Does it
try.
have an acronym? I bet it does. I bet it
To
does.
see what the private sector would come back, any ideas that they could come up with for $5 million that would get us the most pollutant load reduction for the money. And what has come back were some really creative, innovative ideas. And the one that we selected turns out it's a new technology that you can create sort of dynamic weirs on stormwater ponds, and it's all fed through telemetry, if you will. So we're tracking weather data. And
what's a weir?
Weir is a sluice gate on a pond, so we can raise the weir as stormwater's coming into the pond, so we can raise the water level in the pond. And as the storm's receding, we can lower the weir.
Like
so
Amsterdam.
we can control the output rate. And actually, it's more important that we're controlling how much water is staying in the pond to get the maximum amount of treatment through the process.
So when you have a big storm event, you lower it down so it can capture more water without overflowing.
Well, yeah, exactly. And in lower storm events, we can raise the weir so that we're capturing more water and not letting it just kind of short circuit the pond and come in and go out without getting any treatment.
That's kind of wild.
We raise the weir so we capture it, attenuate the flow, and get more treatment. And it's found that actually the lower frequency storms are the more damaging because they occur more frequently.
Right.
Even though it's less volume, they're occurring more frequently. This way, we're capturing that volume and treating it and then releasing it. So catch and release.
So they're going to put elevators under.
Well, no,
stormwater
they're sluice gates that'll be on the output side of the pond that we can raise and lower automatically. They'll have actuator valves that we can lower and raise the gear. Yeah. But anyway, the idea, what we're finding is that technology, by optimizing the capacity in that stormwater pond, the cost of the pollutant reduction is about 40% of what it would cost under normal conventional means.
And what would you have to do? Replace the stormwater pond?
Yeah, it's either we go in and do a lot of physical improvements to the pond. We put in baffles and weirs and different cells, and we reconfigure the pond structurally. This way, we're just kind of adjusting the output interface very simply. Even though it's mechanical, it's a very simple fix, and it's much more cost effective. Now, this isn't going to be applicable in every circumstance. At some point, there's only going to be so many of these applications we can do, but we're looking for whatever ideas out there we can come up with, and this was one that the private sector came back and we're going to pursue. And then the good thing is we're pending the capital budget is approved by the county council this year, the FY18 budget.
Hint, hint.
We've got another $5 million project coming up next year as well.
That's exciting.
And that will address something other than stormwater ponds. It will be like
it's up to the market.
Yeah, right.
Whatever the private sector says they can do, whatever pound load production or reduction I can get at the lowest cost that's feasible, that MDE, the Maryland Department of Environment, will recognize as a practice that will credit towards our reduction goals. We're all in. We'll take it.
It's very exciting. It's very
neat.
cool technology.
That's pretty neat.
Eric, I'm guessing the answer is Facebook, but if folks want to stay tuned to your progress, catch up on completed projects, where would you go?
Facebook is the best place to keep up to date with what we're up to, but our website, which is aarivers.org, has a map of all the projects that have been completed and all the projects that are in process, as well as a lot of details about the program, about how you can take steps at your own home to improve water quality and those kinds of things. So check out the website, check out Facebook. We're also on Twitter.
Jeez,
And
got it all.
if I know that you can't pick a favorite child, but what's your favorite project that we've already finished that you think is worth checking out? I know I've seen some of them.
So our North Cypress Branch project, which is over by the Coles in Severna Park, won an award for Best Stream Restoration Project in the Chesapeake Bay this past year. So that's pretty exciting
Is that
for us.
over by B&A? Or not that far down?
Along McKinsey
Okay.
and Route 2, essentially.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Well, thank you guys for all the hard work that you continuously do for the county and our residents. And we appreciate you coming on the show. And happy National Public Works Week. And we hope to have you back soon anytime you want to come back with news and updates for us.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more Week in Review right after this. Don't go anywhere.
When it comes to saving money,
What? Parents!
don't act like a baby.
Oh, it's like they're having their own little meeting. This is so humiliating.
Be the boss.
I'm the boss.
What the?
power nap.
You were saying?
and make a budget.
Let's get to work.
Need a little help?
Stacy, read back the notes.
I can't read. What's it say?
Create a personalized savings plan and get other tools and tips
We can share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back. Every year, Cape St. Clair is one of the best places to go for a hometown parade, great food, music, and family fun. Sara Gannon is with Week in Review favorite Mary Lamb with more. Sarah?
Thanks, Kristin and Dave. We're at Cape St. Clair today, and we're going to talk about the Strawberry Festival coming up. Mary Lamb's here, coordinator of the Strawberry Festival. Mary, it's such an honor to be here with you. You are a long-time member of Cape St. Clair Improvement Association. How long have you been doing the Strawberry Festival?
I've been doing the Strawberry Festival for 21 years.
Wow.
Actually, we started in 1996.
Wow. How did you get involved in this?
Well, when I was a child, my aunt lived here, and she used to bring us up to the Strawberry Festival. And then when we moved here, it was gone for a couple years because they didn't have volunteers. And my daughter was born in 91, and then I said, you know what, she needs to experience this. So we brought it back.
Very good. Can you tell everybody about the Strawberry Festival?
Yeah, the Strawberry Festival is basically just a name. It is an event that we hold in Cape St. Clair. It's a hometown event for the kids, for the families, and it gives the organizations, the community groups, the opportunity to raise money for themselves.
And how can you, I know there's outside vendors. How do you become a vendor?
Okay, if outside vendors really are like crafters and things like that.
Okay.
So they rent spaces on the street. We charge like $40 for a space for them for the day. And they just bring in their wares and sell them, or they, if it's like Pampered Chef or something, they just talk about what they do. We have real estate people, and we have political booths. Yeah, whoever wants to come out and meet the people.
And the event's open to the public, correct?
Yes, it is open to the public.
Okay, so you have a parade, and what time does the parade start?
The parade starts at the Cape St. Clair Firehouse at 10 a.m., and then it brings it into the festival, which starts usually about 10:30. Officially, it's 11, but people get down here about 10:30. And there's no entrance fee to the festival. Like I said, it's just a hometown way of people making money for their groups.
And come early, too, because parking is a little sparse, from what I remember.
It is. But Chesapeake Charters, they're very gracious in offering us buses. So we have Berry bus stops all throughout the community. I think I have like 21 stops where we'll pick people up.
Very good. And also, there's food, live bands. Are you still having live bands this year?
Yep, we have live bands on stage all day. In addition to that, this year we're going to have acts right here on the Overlook for the children. We have a magician coming in who's going to be doing a couple shows.
Very good. And also, Goshen Farms, they normally hold a raffle. Is that correct?
Yes, Goshen Farms, they have a stand here, and they do hold a raffle. Usually they do kayaks. I'm not sure what's happening this year.
Okay. And how about food? What types of food do you have here?
We have pit beef, pit ham, pit turkey, barbecue, hamburgers, hot dogs, pizza, fries. There's strawberry shortcake, strawberry sundaes.
Don't forget the strawberries.
And there are strawberries for sale. And we do have like a beer garden where we offer strawberry daiquiris, beer, and this year we're adding strawberry wine.
Wow. Well, so where can they get more information? Is there a website, a Facebook page?
There is. There's a Facebook page and a website. The website is www.cscstrawberryfestival.com. And then we do have a Facebook page which you can connect to from there.
Okay. So if you're looking for something to do on a Saturday morning, June 3rd, come on out and support the community. They do a lot of great things. This is a hidden gem of Anne Arundel County, I feel. It's beautiful down here. And the people down here are awesome. So, and you also have a lot of people in this community that do a lot of volunteer work.
Right, we do.
All over. So that's great.
We definitely do.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a great community. It's a hometown day. It's just a time to come out, and things are very inexpensive. It's a family time. So.
And a lot of people don't take advantage of getting to know their neighbor. And I think that's why you all look after each other, because you do things like this together. So that's great. Keep up the good work, Mary.
Thank you very much.
And come on out, support them on June 3rd. Back to you in the studio.
This is one of my favorite things, Dave. I love strawberries, so I'm so excited about the Strawberry Festival.
Is that why the hair?
Yeah, I guess I do take some inspiration from that.
Did you have
And
a strawberry shortcake
was my
when you were a
favorite doll.
kid?
Yep.
Is that one of the ones you can smell it?
Yep,
You
it
can
was.
smell
It was. So Saturday, June 3rd. Make sure you get there early. Get your barbecue.
Oh my God, I love the Strawberry Festival.
Mine
It
too.
is totally fun. And Cape Sinclair, awesome neighborhood, nice waterfront,
What's your
nice
favorite
beach.
strawberry dessert? Like just strawberries and cream, or strawberry shortcake, or
I mean,
strawberry pie?
shortcake is pretty
Strawberry
good.
shortcake. So, okay.
What about strawberry ice cream?
Strawberry ice cream, I love. It's my favorite flavor. But so yeah, I have a couple Memorial Day recipes up my sleeve this year that I'm excited to try out. One is strawberry shortcake with real biscuits. Another is, I found a recipe
You're gonna make
for,
biscuits from scratch?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Another is a recipe I found for, you know the stuffed jalapenos where they have like the cream cheese, the jalapeno bites?
Yes,
You
love those.
Take that stuff, you make it, jalapeno and cream cheese, stuff it in a burger,
Yes.
cheese and bacon.
Oh my God.
That's gonna be the burger this year. And then
where is this gonna be? Let me write this down.
Write that down.
Let me write this
and
down.
then I pulled some inspiration. I'm doing a fruit and cheese platter, but it's going to be red, white, and blue. So like red raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, cheese like Gruyere, white cheeses, and you can take little cookie cutters and make stars and little watermelon and cut out shapes. And
Mind blowing.
so, little Betty Rocker over here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also, we have to mention, by the way, we have to do a shout out.
Shout out.
First of all, shout out to Mary Lamb, because we love Mary Lamb.
Mary,
right?
we love ya.
She's our fave. And then also a shout out to Dan Morales, our former co-host of Week in Review, who has tied the knot with his fiancee Taylor. So
Engaged.
Engaged. Sorry, jumping the gun
tie
there.
the knot.
Too soon.
To tie the knot.
Too soon. Well,
Congrats, Dan,
congratulations
and his lovely
congratulations to you guys, and
fiancé.
we're expecting our invitations in the mail.
Yes.
As well as all the other past co-hosts of Week in Review, you have to
Right.
invite
We
them
can
too.
dress and behave
It's
nice.
only fair.
It's only fair.
Invite us all.
Yeah.
We'll behave.
We'll behave.
We won't mess up your wedding.
Not at all.
That wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archive episodes online anytime on Facebook or YouTube by simply searching for Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county, and we'll see you next time.